Hey, I was wondering what this little tripod was ever for, but I think this is what it's for. I'm going to try to show you the problem, if you like, with the Patrol independent rear suspension. And it's not a problem as long as you don't want to modify the suspension too much. That game's finished if you've got a Y62 Patrol. Some people are going, oh yeah, it's not this guy, da-da-da, and I've done it. And, right, you know, everybody's got problems one way or another, or chewing out tyres. But let's not argue about it. Let's just put it up. Now, this vehicle's been on the hoist overnight, so the independent rear suspension hasn't settled yet. So it's on the ground, but it's not on the ground. If you can see, the tyre's already on a bit of an angle. But watch what happens as I raise the vehicle. And then we might have to do it on some different angles as well. I'm not sure really how much that actually showed you of what's going on, but not only does it change the camber, it also changes the caster and the toe in, right? So right now with this rear wheel off the ground, the bottom is in. So if you like, the tire's gone from a good position, a good wheel alignment. As it raised up, it's leaning in like that at the bottom, which is a disaster for handling problems and whatever. The other thing that's happened is it's also gone like that. So it's got, well, depends which way you want to be facing, but it's got toe out technically, but it's kind of got toe in. If this was the front of the car, to explain it simple to you, it's got toe in now. It's got a lot of toe in. It's also got, it's just completely, you just wouldn't want to be driving like that. So it would seem it's got plenty of flex, that sort of thing. But not really, because you can't have the vehicle like that, and you're going to be limited to what you can get out of your alignment and people that understand how to solve that problem. So I've got the Dobinson springs in there. Check the playlists on our YouTube channel if you want more info. Trying to keep this one short. I mean, look at that. Can you even, and the fronts don't do anything like that on any of the Toyotas that I've never noticed anything. Even the fronts on this vehicle, they don't do anything like it, right? So this is reasonable, you know. Obviously it's going to be slightly in at the bottom, and it is. Yeah, not too bad though compared to the back. The back's gone. You'd have to be here to compare the pair, if you know what I mean. But let's just drop it back on the ground, because this is going to paint you a picture on its own, just seeing what happens as it hits the ground. Okay, now I don't know if I can do this with one hand, because safety, whatever. Hang on, I need two hands. We've got a problem. Hang on. I can use my knee, so I'll hold that like that. Using my leg to drop the hoist. Here we go. Watch this. Can you hear all that scrub on the tyres? It's still going. Right now, that's because I'm not talking about a few millimeters like the front was, 5 mil, 10 mil. We're talking about 40, 50 millimeters or more of the bottom of the tyre going inwards. And it's still there. Can you see the angle? So the car's on the ground. Until you drive the car, let it settle, bounce it around, the vehicle's rear wheel alignment is completely off its head. Not acceptable. You can't drive it like that. Now, if you raise the vehicle and you don't get the wheel alignment right, you're going to have problems one way or the other, right? Now, the reason they scrub tyres is pretty simple. It's all bad wheel alignment. But if somebody scrubs tyres and hasn't had a wheel alignment and the wheel alignment's good and they haven't modified things, they're probably just too heavy on the right foot off the mark. And if you do that, it's going to squat down the grunt, all the traction's right here, and more to the inside of the tyre because it's squatted in. You're going to start wearing off the inside edge of these tyres, and it's going to reduce as it goes across the tyre. So you're going to end up with a tyre that's like new on the outside and scrubbed out on the inside. As you can see on these ones, they're good as new at 13,000 Ks. So that's why they wear on the inside. Now, if you raise it up and you don't correct the wheel alignment correctly, you're going to have other weird things going on, and that's why you have problems. So my recommendation for independent suspension vehicles in general is minimal modification. At the front, we talk about, you know, a 50 mil lift is what's legal. So that's the maximum. I prefer maximum 40, thereabouts. It's going to vary depending. There's a lot of variables, what vehicle for what reasons. but I'd prefer 30 to 40 mil at the front, or even 20 to 30. I mean, look, at the end of the day, for 10 or 20 millimeters more or less clearance, if you can't pick your line and make that up, I mean, I think with smaller size tyres and driving skill, you can do much better than someone with their big tyres all set up, nowhere to go, and when they do, they can't drive. Do you know what I mean? I think most people are with me. If you're with me, subscribe, turn the bell on, and hit the like button. If you're a bit sloppy and you've got big tyres, you don't want to learn how to drive, you just want big tyres and fully modified sick mate suspension, then you better go to another page, another channel or something like that, because I'm here to help you save money and help keep it reliable and explain how things work. That's my job. Right, bada bing, bada boom. So I'm just trying to show you that. Now, as I move the vehicle, we're just going to have to do a listen factor, right? So I think the hoist is out from underneath the vehicle. I'm just going to push the car and you listen to the tyres. Can't even push it, it's that bound up. Might have a bit of hoist under it still. I don't think so. I'll stand on that for a minute. Come on, go down. It's going slowly. It's cold morning, cold fluid. And it's been sitting, like I said, it's been low overnight. You can have the weight of the vehicle on it. Well, I had a little bit actually. I think it was just right on the edge. Can't remember where it was already. I've forgotten. I'll move it up and down that many times. If we can, we want to move the vehicle. It's hard to move because it's so bound up, and all the squeaking is those tyres and the wheel alignment still correcting itself. So I'm going to do this 10 times before it quietens down, all right? So now if you have a look at it, you're going to see it's getting better. Does that look better? You can rewind, screenshot, whatever you want, but that's still not quite acceptable. It's going to need to be on the ground a bit and let everything settle down to get the right, you know, yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. Once it, you know, just needs a little bit more settling time. Anyway, with this spring, check the playlists, Y62 Patrol, blah, 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 setup, whatever it's called. I've put it in with no wheel alignment. I've driven on it extensively, nearly 10,000 Ks. Wheel alignment hasn't been touched. Tyre wear's perfect. It's just compensating for the load because we actually use our vehicles. There's not much load in there at the moment, but that's the rear modified. Seats out, floor in, battery, you know, the K-on gear storage, whatever. The fridge goes in, all the gear goes in, right? Or you might not have all the gear in there. You might just hook something onto your tow ball here. This is the spring that's going to take that couple 100 kilos and still be happy with tyre wear and everything like that. So, I don't know. I hope some of this information's helped. It's hard to explain. I know what I mean. And bada bing, bada boom. If you liked it, hit the like button. Like I said, subscribe, turn the bell on. I'm doing my best here to try and help you understand and explain. So for the Toyota owners and the Prado owners that are thinking of doing this, and, you know, I'm not saying you can't use a Patrol to replace a Prado, end of story. For me, it's just another one to the collection. Let's see how long it hangs around for. But we're certainly learning on it. It's pretty straightforward information and stuff there. But anyway, a lot of people have problems if you keep your eyes to the ground, ear to the ground, and eyes on the road, and eyes here and your ears there, and, you know, just explaining why they're having issues. So just don't touch it, leave it alone, and bada bing, she'll be right. Catch you on the next one.